Do you remember Domo-kun? He was everywhere in the late 2000s and early 2010s, from ads such as 7-Eleven and Target to short cartoons on Nickelodeon and everything else in between. He even had his own manga under Tokyo Pop, as well as being in video games from the Game Boy to a Facebook game and the mobile app game. He was even in the background of an Arthur episode. Domo really got around. So, where did he come from? Where did he go? Well, in 1998, a stop-motion animator and character designer Suneo Gora created Domo for the Nippon Hoso Kyokai, or NHK Broadcasting Corporation. Gora, who at the time was working as a director at the company making television commercials, recalls being invited by his producer to participate in the competition to design the new character for NHK. Up until then, I didn't have any experience making characters. I racked my brain over it until just before the deadline, drawing squares, circles, and triangles without really thinking about it. From all these scribbles out popped Domo-kun. Somehow that idea was chosen. Domo-kun first appeared in short stop-motion sketches on December 22, 1998 to mark the 10th anniversary of NHK's satellite broadcasting. The name Domo came about during the second episode of his show, in which a TV announcer said, "Domo konnichiwa," which is a greeting that can be translated as, "Well, hello there," but which can also be interpreted as, "Hello Domo," and therefore his name is actually a pun. Domo steadily rose in popularity with Japanese audiences, and in 2004 was even promoted to being mascot for all of NHK. He would go on to participate in various events as a public relations ambassador for the entire company. But how did Domo make his transition from Japan to overseas and become a pop culture icon? On November 28, 2002, an image of two Domo-kuns appeared on the site Fark. It was captioned, "Every time you masturbate, God kills a kitten." The meme was very in contrast to Domo-kun's childlike persona, similar to how Hello Kitty likes apples and baking pies, but people edit her doing drugs. The same year, Domo began appearing in Newgrounds Flash animations. On December 16th, 2002, a collaboration game between Newgrounds founder Tom Fulp and the site imockery.com was released titled Domo-kun Angry Smash Fest. The basic controls of the game are you control Domo-kun using the arrow keys to move and the A key to attack. For some people, this was also their first introduction to the character of Domo-kun. Domo's official website, domonation.com, was even registered on October 31st of 2005. In 2002, Domo-kun no Fushigi Terebi was created as a Game Boy Advance video game by Suzak, who are known for F-Zero, GP, Legend, and Wario Master of Disguise, and was released for the Game Boy Advance. Starring the mascot Domo-kun, the title features various minigames. 6 of the games contained within were later remade with enhanced graphics, sounds, and controls for the DSiWare. Now, where did Domo come from, as in his own personal lore? Domo was hatched from an egg and lives underground with a rabbit, Usagi. He loves watching television and is known for passing gas when he gets nervous. He also has a fear of apples since his ancestors became extinct after eating them. He doesn't speak, he only communicates via low noises that sound like his name, basically like a Pokemon. Domo. Every day he has new experiences with many of his other friends, such as the Bat Mother, Bat Child, and the Lady Weasel, Tashana. Speaking of the other characters, Mr. Usagi is a wise old rabbit who has lived in a cave for decades, loves to watch television and drink green tea. Mr. Usagi is not into any new materials and does not own a telephone. In terms of fashion, Mr. Usagi focuses on materials instead of shapes. Mr. Usagi's favorite food is carrots, and his least favorite food is something that is meaningless. Also in the cave live 2 bats, a mother named Maya, Shinobu in the Japanese version, and her child, Mario, Morio in the Japanese version. Maya suffers from alcoholism. Her favorite foods are seasonal white, and her least favorite food is alcohol. Morio's favorite food is Japanese-style tomato spaghetti, while his least favorite food is shiitake mushrooms. Honestly, same. The other main characters in the store is a weasel girl named Tashana, Tachan in the Japanese version. Tashana, 17 years old, is a weasel who aspires to be a fashion stylist or model in Tokyo and is always using technology. She ends her sentences with wise. In the Japanese version, she ends her sentences with she. She has a passion for bidding in auctions, but she always gives up by the end. Tashana's favorite food is apricot and mini tarts, and her least favorite food is sea urchin. Now, what has Domo been up to since I last mentioned his website from 2005? In 2006, a stop-motion children's animation series produced by NHK and Nickelodeon's Nicktoons was announced at the Tokyo International Anime Fair. It was titled Domo TV. The at the time Nickelodeon and Viacom's then senior vice president Steve Grader was planning to establish Viacom International as a global platform for international animation, including Japanese works. Domo TV was initially announced as a way to create Domo for US audiences. Television director Sunao Goda created the show as well. The series began production in spring of 2006 and finally aired in October 2008. Domo TV consisted of 26 episodes, with each episode being 2 minutes long and animated entirely in stop motion. A new short was aired every week for the next 6 months. It followed Domo and his friends on simple adventures devoid of dialogue. The show was translated in 17 different languages and shown in over 170 regions. The New York Times-based company Big Tent Entertainment, who handled Domo TV's marketing outside of Asia, signed with Play Along Toys to make merchandise. This included plush toys, action figures, and playsets to coincide with the US debut of Domo TV. Susan Evans, vice president of marketing Play Along, added, "One of the main appeals of Domo is that people see in him what they want to see. Domo has been virally spread and already has an amazing following. He is built for today's lifestyle and he stands out from the crowd. Domo is destined to become an icon for this generation, and we look forward to providing a long-awaited product that appeals to this dynamic fan base." During the airing of Domo TV, Target licensed out Domo as a mascot to sell Halloween-related items such as piñatas, candy corn, costumes, and more. This was advertised as Domo Takes Over and was an event that spawned across 1,600 Targets worldwide. Also, in fall of that year, Domo appeared in 7-Eleven promotions worldwide. The promotional items for sale included Slurpee cups filled with Flock Slurpee character straws, hot dogs containers, and coffee cups, and even an exclusive Domo Attack energy drink. A stop-action animated Domo 3-part episode was created and produced exclusively for the convenience store chain by Dwarf Inc., the Japanese animation company that originally created Domo and his friends. The webisode tells the story of Domo and his friends on a quest for a Slurpee beverage. Each of the 30-second segments debuted weekly starting October 1st. The event also had collectible cups featuring Domo and his friends enjoying Slurpee drinks, and one of Domo even having a brain freeze. There was also a tiny Flock Domo character attached to premium Slurpee straws that sold for $1.99. Two of 7-Eleven's best-selling proprietary items, coffee and Big Bite hot dogs, also had Domo on them through November 15th of 2008. To reach younger coffee drinkers, I guess that's a thing, 7-Eleven also offered coffee in a special brown Domo cup. Store signage promoting the coffee deal urged customers to obey the Domo. There was also the Big Bite hot dog that was served in a cardboard clamshell carrier resembling Domo's face, with the mouth opening to reveal the food. A larger-than-life Domo candy displayed featuring Snickers and Reese's candy bars in the open mouth of Domo, as well as a shelf to display Domo DVDs were also available. Domo was also front and center on much of the in-store product signage and storefront banners. Basically, Domo was all over the place and used to advertise and promote anything with the name 7-Eleven on it. Advertisement aside, there were even games created using Domo. I mentioned earlier that there was the Game Boy game later repurposed as a DSiWare game and the Flash game by Newgrounds, but now there were more. There was Planet Domo by the developer The Broth for Facebook. The plot of the game is simple. You take Domo across the world searching for a giant cheesecake and you gather up postcards, see the sights, and level up. There was also a mobile game titled Domo Chump released for the iOS. The game is simple. It's an upwards platformer where you unlock costumes for Domo and give him powers. Unfortunately, it appears to have been taken off the App Store as I couldn't find it anymore. So, with all his massive success and with the eyes of the world on him, where did Domo go? This whole video has been about how Domo was everywhere and how popular he was, but what's he up to now? Absolutely nothing. Out of nowhere, Domo was just gone, reduced to atoms. A once worldwide beloved mascot with various forms of media had been lost to the sands of time. Gone were the times where Domo was on screens, people's clothes, food, accessories, advertisements, and just anywhere one looked around really. I looked through the official Domo social media accounts and they all stopped posting around the same time in 2018. His Facebook has 4.8 million followers, but the last activity on it was on January 26, 2020, where all they did was update the bio of the account. His Twitter account has 13,000 followers, with the last tweet being from January 29th, 2018. If you go through the likes, his account quickly becomes a representation of what was popular in those times. Lastly, his Instagram has 7,000 followers, with his last post being January 8th, 2018. However, it's interesting to note that the comments on that post are somewhat recent, with many of them asking for the return of Domo. And honestly, yeah, he should come back. All good things have been making a return, and I just know he'd be popular again. But who knows, maybe it's just wishful thinking. Anyway, that's all for this video on Domo. Thanks for watching. Remember to eat something, take your meds, drink water, and practice self-love. I will see you next time.